Nobody is coming to save you. Not the government, not your employer, not social media, not the next dopamine hit from your phone. In fact, every single one of those things has a vested interest in keeping you exactly where you are. Distracted, dependent, weak. This isn't conspiracy, this is business. And the product they're selling is your attention, your time, your energy, your life. The question is, are you buying it? Here's what nobody wants to say out loud. The modern world was not designed for you to thrive. It was designed for you to consume. Every notification is engineered to interrupt your focus. Every algorithm is built to keep you scrolling instead of building. Every convenience is designed to make you softer, not stronger, and it's working. Studies show the average man now spends over 4 hours a day on his phone. That's 28 hours a week, over 1,400 hours a year. Think about what you could build in 1,400 hours. A business, a body, a legacy. Instead, most men trade that time for content they'll forget by tomorrow. The ancient Stoics had a concept for this: ataraxia, a state of inner calm that cannot be disturbed by external forces, a peace that comes not from the world giving you what you want, but from wanting less of what the world is selling. The men who quietly win have learned something most men never figure out. The system is not your friend, and the first step to freedom is seeing it clearly. The algorithm is not neutral, it is predatory. It studies you. It learns what keeps you watching. It feeds you more of it, not because it cares about you, but because your attention is the product it sells to advertisers. Every minute you give it, it takes something back. Focus, ambition, clarity, time. The men who quietly win treat their attention like money. They spend it deliberately. They guard it fiercely. They never give it away for free. Practical step: delete one app from your phone today. Not forever, just for 30 days. Watch what comes back when that noise is gone. You'll be uncomfortable at first. That discomfort is data. It tells you exactly how dependent you've become on something that was never serving you. What you consume becomes what you think. What you think becomes what you do. What you do becomes who you are. Most men have never audited their inputs. They consume whatever the algorithm serves them: news, drama, outrage, comparison, and wonder why their mindset feels heavy and scattered. The men who quietly win are architects of their own mental diet. They read instead of scroll. They listen to things that build instead of things that entertain. They choose boredom over stimulation, because boredom is where original thought lives. St. Augustine wrote in his Confessions, "Our heart is restless until it rests in thee." He was speaking of God. But the principle holds in every dimension of a man's life. A restless mind seeking constant stimulation will never find peace. And a man without peace cannot build anything that lasts. Audit your inputs this week. What are you feeding your mind? Does it make you sharper or softer? The modern world has removed almost every natural challenge from daily life. Food is instant. Entertainment is instant. Communication is instant. Comfort is the default, and men are paying the price for it. In their bodies, their discipline, their sense of self-worth. There is something that happens to a man when he does something hard, something ancient, something that no amount of comfort can replicate. He earns his own respect. The men who quietly win build difficulty into their lives intentionally, not because they're masochists, but because they understand something the comfortable man never learns. Hardship is the factory where character is made. Wake up early when you don't have to. Fast when food is available. Train when you're tired. Choose the hard conversation over the comfortable silence. Not to prove anything to the world. To prove something to yourself. Because a man who trusts himself, who has shown himself under pressure what he's made of, that man cannot be broken by distraction. He cannot be sold comfort he doesn't need. He cannot be kept weak. This is the one that separates the men who last from the men who don't. Every external system, every app, every algorithm, every convenience competes for your allegiance. They want to be the thing you return to, the thing you depend on. But a man with a mission that transcends himself, a man anchored to his faith, his family, his legacy, is not a man who can be easily captured. He has somewhere better to be. The Catholic tradition has always understood this. A man is not an island. He is a steward of his time, his talent, his family, his soul. When you see yourself as a steward rather than a consumer, the algorithm loses its grip. The notifications lose their urgency. The distractions lose their pull, because you have work to do. Real work. Work that matters. Work that will outlast you. Find that work. Anchor to it. Let everything else fall away. The system is real. The design is intentional. And most men will never wake up to it. They'll spend their lives consuming instead of building, scrolling instead of doing, comfortable instead of capable. But not you. Not after this. Starve the algorithm. Rebuild your inputs. Do hard things on purpose. Anchor to something bigger than yourself. The world wants you weak.